think it's like Rob McDaniel said, it's a blessing, man. But this is something that we talked about as a team. Starting with my coaching staff, you know, once we lost some coaches off last year's staff, those new coaches got in here. We had a vision, and that vision is right where we are right now. You know, being here, having the opportunity to play for a national championship, and then we started with assembling a team, putting that team together. You saw some of these players up here. Josh Nobles joined us this year that wasn't on last year's team. Rob McDaniel wasn't on this year's team, last year's team. So we got some good players in here, and then we went to work. We just went to work, starting with spring ball, the things we did as far as implementing systems, offensively, defensively, new offensive system, new defensive coordinator. So we just went to work, and the summer was very critical for us. I always talk about it anytime I get in front of the microphone because, you know, we were there just coming together as a team. Them dudes really grew as brothers. That's what they always talk about. They grew together as brothers that entire summer. You know, I was tough on them each and every day out there because I knew we were capable of being here in this moment. So it just carried on into the season, and then, you know, getting to the season, that first game, we played Monroe right into the fourth quarter, and I knew then, like, we got a good football team here. We're going to be special going forward, especially when we get into conference play. And also, too, you know, after the Grambling loss, I thought that was a much-needed loss early on in our schedule. You know, it was a tough loss, but I just wanted to see how the team would respond, and they just came back and went back to work, and, you know, that's why we're here right now.
All right, we'll take questions. Coaches, please raise your hand to the microphone to you. Go.
You have the right to first name.
Mia Berry with Anscape Coach. First and foremost, congratulations. You know, coming into this matchup, you are the most experienced coach when it comes to Celebration Bowl.
Really?
Of here. You have 4. This is your 4th one, Coach.
Yeah.
That's not no slight, no.
Go ahead.
That's not no slight. So you're coming in here with the most experience. What are some lessons that you've learned for those previous 3 Celebration Bowls that you're applying to this one so that you come out with a different result?
It's a great question. You know, we finished the SWAC championship and then we on last weekend, and then Sunday rolls around, and then, you know, I'm thinking, like, what am I going to go in here and talk to this team about, because it's a quick turnaround. But then when I thought about it right before I go into that meeting, I said, you know what, I want them to kind of enjoy this. You know, I don't want them to be all tight about this game, and letting them know, you know, enjoy this experience. And that's what they was talking about earlier to you guys. Just come up, get in here, enjoy the week, you know, all the festivities and everything. A lot of these guys never been to Atlanta, never experienced nothing like this. But then I also told them in the end, though, don't forget about the game. You know, don't forget why we're here. You worked your butts off this entire time to be here. And I told them, you know, I did talk to them about my experiences here. You know, this is a great event. You know, John Grant does a great job with this event, and you know, we got a good team we got up against on tomorrow. So we prepared that way. You know, been a short week, but I told them to make sure they have a good time here, take it all in, but don't forget about the game.
Quick follow-up to that, former Jackson State player Travis Hunter was recently announced as a Heisman finalist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what does it mean to you and this program to see a former player that, you know, a lot of these guys did play with reach the Heisman?
You know, the time that Travis was here, I knew he was a special player. You know, he just needed that stage. He did some great things here for us, but I knew once he got there, everybody was wondering, would it translate up there to Colorado? I said, just, you know, spot the ball. You know, that dude is one of the best football players that I've ever been around, and I've been around some good ones. So it doesn't shock me at all, you know, the things that he's doing, and then it's going to carry on to the NFL. You talk about the stuff that Travis is doing, you talk about one of the more gifted athletes overall, period. You know, when you see him play the game and the way he's able to approach it. So it doesn't shock me at all.
Keisha J. Kelly, Black College Experience. Good morning, Coach.
Hey,
I feel like I just keep saying it. Last week, Coach, coming off the SWAC championship win, you had a very emotional, in the end, very emotional, said that you were taking it all in. How are you feeling now that you're in Atlanta? Because it's another stop and it's a possibility to win this Celebration Bowl.
I want to feel that emotion again. I definitely want to feel that emotion again. Last weekend, you know, just like I said, winning that in the city of Jackson, somewhere where I played at, it was kind of, you know, and then my family was there, everybody there, and then to see the look on these players' faces. They celebrated, and just to go out and dominate a good team like Southern the way we did, It just felt good, you know, but we had to put that behind us. But I want that feeling again coming the end of the fourth quarter on tomorrow.
Coach, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. So, you know, the history of South Carolina, Marissa Stubbs, 16 WAPT in Jackson. You know, the history of South Carolina State and Jackson State in the Celebration Bowl. You know, you talked about you've been here before. Coming into tomorrow, you know, facing that team again, obviously a different team. You guys are a different team. You know, what do you see from that team, and why do you think you guys are ready to go out there and win a championship?
Yeah, they got a good football team over there. You know, they got some guys at receiver that can play fast. Everybody's talking about the quarterback. So that it's going to be a challenge. You know, they're here for a reason. But I don't think back to that first Celebration Bowl game, you know, much because, like, it's just different. You know, two totally different vibes on both sidelines. We had an opportunity to play them last year here in Atlanta. You know, we kicked off the season in the SWAC Challenge. You know, was able to defeat them on last year. So I think they got a little more get back on their mind than us right now. You know, I think that's the situation with that. But Coach Barrett's a good coach. You know, he talks a lot, but the football team over there. But we're looking forward to it. You know, we talked about it regardless who was here. You know, if it's Central, South Carolina State, it didn't matter for us. I tell the guys all the time that, you know, we can control what we control. We play ourselves. You know, and that's what our motto been, you know, each and every game this season.
Stand back to NCAA.com. So Irv mentioned that you guys have momentum coming off of that SWAC championship game into this game without any rest. But meanwhile, South Carolina State hasn't played since November. Do you feel like that's an advantage or disadvantage for you guys?
Look at it either way. It's still a game. You know, you got to get your guys up, get them ready to play, no matter who's off. If we had 2 days off, it don't matter. If you can't get up for a national championship game, you don't need to be here. That's just how we look at it, and that's what I told them. We're not gonna make no excuses about how many days we had off. Same as them, not gonna make an excuse about how many days they had off. You know, we just gotta line up. You got the 2 best teams in HBCU football, and you know we gotta go out there and, you know, dominate and try to figure out a way to win this game.
Coach Trey Boston, HBCU Go. What's up, my guy?
All right.
Something that you're not commended for enough, looking at your coaching staff. You talked about Travis Hunter getting the stage. Your coaching staff is young. I'm talking about you have 25, 26, 27-year-old coaches on your team. Coach, what gave you the trust in those young men to give them the power to be the coaches that they are in the position at the Celebration Bowl right now?
It was the process in bringing them in. You know, I think that's a great question. Just hearing a colleague James on the phone and hearing that energy, I'm like, you perfect for that D-line room. Chris Orr, you're perfect for that linebacker room. Javance Jones, you're perfect for special teams. You know, I'm more of a quiet, kept type guy. You know, I get up when I need to, but they bring that energy, you know, when I need them. You know, each and every week, it's a different guy bringing that energy. Javance Jones is each and every day. You know, I have to keep them dialed back, but you know, this is a big stage for those guys too. You know, this is a huge stage for those guys, and I told them that. I said, we're gonna bring you guys in here. You're gonna have great players in your room, and you're gonna have the opportunity to play on the big stage. And this is it for them last weekend. You know, each and every game, you wanna show that you can operate a room and develop guys and get them to the the big stage. So they've done a great job. You know, that vision that I had with going young, it's worked out perfectly. I took some heat about it early on, you know, for his experience, but you see we're here now.
Stephen Gaither, HBCU Gameday. Coach, you know, again, you've been here as an assistant several times, but tomorrow, you know, talk about the emotion tomorrow. You're gonna lead the team out there as the head coach from your alma mater. You know, just what does that mean for you? And then I have a follow-up at that.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. But like I said, I don't look at it for myself. I look at it for this entire team, the entire Jackson State, you know, this program. We need a national title. You know, and I'm leading the charge on that. I never lose sight of that. But Jackson needs a national title. But you know, I'm just looking forward towards the end of the game. You know what I mean? I want to get up on that stage. The thing that you talk about, everybody asks me, you've been here several times, but I've seen that confetti fall on other people each and every time. You know, so I want to experience that and take some of that home too with me.
And follow up, I know your first trip to Celebration Bowl, you were coaching under Jerry Mack in North Carolina Central.
Great coach.
Yeah, just you know, you just got a job at the FBS level, and obviously you've seen guys do that. Just talk about you know, for you, you know, or just for coaches in general, what it means to be able to know that you can go from an HBCU to wherever if you want to stay or if you want to go.
And I don't look at it like, you say from an HBCU, coaching is coaching. That's how I always looked at it. Coaching is coaching no matter what level. You got good coaches on D3 level, D2 level, FBS, FCS. Coaching is coaching. If you can go in here and motivate these young men, get them in the right position, you can coach on any level. It's just how you approach it. These are good coaches. You talked about Jerry Mack, the Willie Simmons and all those guys. No matter where they came from, a guy gonna always put you right where you're supposed to be, especially if you're a good coach and you're taking care of these young men each and every day.
Keisha J. Kelly, Black College Experience. Coach, this is the last game for the season. What is the conversation you have with the team preparing them? And then what's the celebration? Because we're going to say victory. What's the victory celebration meal?
Celebration meal. I don't know. Start with the first question though. Just tell them to take in the moment. Don't let the stage get too big for you. Take in the moment. Understand why we're here. This is our goal. We planned on being here. Not saying that in an arrogant way, but that's just what we said it and it came into existence. We put that into play. So don't let that moment get away. This is the last one. I said it last weekend. We went in at half 10-10 against a Southern team, and I told them then, this won't be the last time we put these pads on. Tighten up. Let's go out here and take care of business because it's still more football to play. That victory meal, I really don't know just yet. Huh? Well, we leave right after the game. We'll get on the plane, so that meal gonna be in Jackson. But for me, I think I'm gonna flip the script and start getting into Christmas mode. I gotta go up in the attic, get the Christmas tree down. My wife been on me about that. We don't have the tree up and stuff like that. I hadn't really been listening to no Christmas music. I was just telling my DFO that, so I'm trying to flip the switch. I got a few days to try to finish some Christmas shopping, so I'm gonna just flip the switch and go there.
That was like Johnny T's.
That's my lunch spot.
Mia Barrett with Anscape. Coach, you just said Jackson needs this win. For you as someone that wore those pads, same colors as your players, why does Jackson need this win, and what would it mean for the program to walk out here and play in that confetti, Coach?
Yeah, the way they support, they do a great job. The fans and everybody, you'll see this weekend, they're gonna show up and show out. They'll fill this stadium up, and it's just the way they support. Each and every year. The down years, the years that we're up, no matter what, the fans are going to come out and, show that support in a great way. They've done it all year for us, whether we've been on the road, playing in the vet. That's a vibe there. If anybody, you're in that vet on Saturdays, whether it's a day game, night game, that's a whole different vibe. But that's what I mean when it's needed right now. Anytime Jackson State is winning football games, it impacts the entire city. It impacts, it's a big impact for the city, hotels, restaurants, everything, So to get that national championship, I want to look forward to having that parade, and everything that's going to go on in the city of Jackson. It'll be huge. It'll be huge. It'll be huge for us in recruiting. We having a heck of a recruiting class we're putting together so far, but once we go out here and take over this game right here and dominate it, it's going to continue to build on that. So that means too, also, we're not going nowhere. We got a good football team that's coming back next year too. A lot of players are coming back next year. So that's what I mean when it'll be huge for the city.
Wilson Jackson, Black Sports Insiders. How you doing, Coach?
Good.
Question for you. Obviously, Jacoby Morgan got hurt in the game against Southern. Have you made the decision on who's going to be starting at quarterback?
It'll be Jacoby.
It'll be Jacoby.
Yeah, he's healthy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second question is, what are your thoughts on South Carolina State's Aaron Smith?
Good player. He's solid. We got good players too.
Are there any other questions for Coach? Seeing none, Coach, thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank y'all.